Well, hello there, and welcome to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, your Game Master, and here's what happened last time. There was a bit.
There was a lot.
The group made plans for destroying Zorth's old arm as soon as possible while discussing plans for getting a group tattoo. The group also discussed how to get the word out that Zorth's arm and the tattoo upon it had been destroyed to dissuade others from attacking them. The group contacted Master Ixar for assistance in destroying the tattooed X-arm. Ixar brought in Master Indrus to cast the anti-magic shell necessary, and then Ixar dissolved the arm with a vial of Barbazu blood, which reduced the arm to a puddle, followed by a vial of abyssal lava, which destroyed the remains. Zorth messaged the Balor himself and informed him that her arm had been removed and destroyed to the point that nothing remained. He responded saying that he would simply find another of the same bloodline and reenact the ritual. Zorth then contacted Ahriman to warn him of the Balor's threat. Ahriman believed that given that he's working for Costas, he's probably pretty safe. The group returned to Thunder's Edge from the Tower of Azinor, and after letting Athgar know that they'd returned, hunkered down in the forehome for a bit. Arabelle and Zorth had a brief discussion about Aloric, with Arabelle recalling something Zorth had said when she was drunk on Elverquist. Athgar arrived with a contribution for a meal and a brief civics lesson on why he felt he needed to knock when he came to the house now. Over the meal, Athgar related some of the struggles happening between himself and the residents of the Inner Enclave and the steps that he was taking to mitigate them. He also updated the group on his new trade council, which includes Wiggy and Aloric. Gwen brought Athgar up to date on the events surrounding Zorth's tattoo and arm. The group then asked Athgar for all the information he had on the Temple of Jogravannans and revealed their plans to travel there in an attempt to topple the ruling structure in the city. Athgar told the group that based on information gained from a spy who returned alive, somehow those in power in the city are able to detect any of good alignment who happen to come within the city bounds. The group then explained to Athgar what happened to Sten out in the desert and why she came back acting so differently than before she left. And Athgar said goodnight, and everyone turned in for the evening. And that is where we start this episode the following morning. So, bright and early, I'm guessing Zorth is up first.
She's not downstairs, though.
Okay. Alright, and then likely Arabelle would be the next to rise.
No, go down, start breakfast.
Alright. Which just leaves Gwen and Tasha.
Tasha comes downstairs and asks if she wants help making breakfast. Sure. Okay. Is Gwen at the forehome?
Gwen is at the keep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So, when I wake, I will... Is Athgar coming with us to breakfast?
No.
Too many things to do.
His day starts pretty early.
Then I will gather Emberheart and head to the forehome.
Okay. Alright. Well, the walk from the keep back to the forehome is uneventful. It's early enough there's not a lot of people out yet. Mostly tradespeople on their way to work. But, you get a few nods from people in the Inner Enclave. You get a smile and nod from the Raikeliad at the gate. And you get several more nods and smiles and greetings as you walk through the outer enclave.
Yes, I know where I'm more popular. It's not with the inner enclave.
And
I just return. I return as good as I get.
Okay. And you arrive at the forehome. No problem.
Great. Morning, all.
Morning. Good timing. Breakfast is ready.
Excellent. Need any help?
Nope, Tasha and I got it.
Thank you. I'm gonna pull up a chair and indicate to Emberheart to lie in his usual spot.
I'm sure we prepped some food for Amberheart.
I'll wander downstairs.
Huh?
Said I will wander downstairs.
Breakfast ready. Take a plate to the basement, set it outside Zach's door, and knock.
The door cracks open. That.
And I pick it up and hand it to him.
Oh.
Food?
Yep. Takes it, closes the door.
Yep.
Seems rude not to feed him when we're home.
He could use a good meal, I'm sure. Probably knows what he eats while we're gone. Or what.
I know he eats, I just, can't cook without feeding him.
So, how do we get close to the Temple of Jogravannans without...
Dying?
Yeah.
Fair question.
I
I don't know.
Seems like the biggest question.
So, Aecathan was gonna share what his father had, right?
He did.
Oh, he did, that's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can head that way and not get too close. And
Have we looked through all... did he give us files, or did he just tell us stuff?
He just told you stuff. I mean,
Okay.
he looked through all the materials and told you everything that he found that he thought would be helpful.
So the only thing he found that was helpful was that no one survives except for one person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the rest of the stuff that he talked about is stuff you already know, like, the structure of the city, it's a religious hierarchy, and, the temples hold sway over everything, and slavery is the #1 import-export, and...
Yeah, that's another reason why we're not going to be welcome at all.
so, we probably should hole up during the brightest part of the afternoon, right? That's how we traveled before, right? We traveled,
Yeah. When we travel through the desert, yeah.
yeah. And we can start at the Oasis. Right? 'Cause
Okay.
we did finally determine it was slightly closer to start there, right? With
Yeah.
color mapping, yeah. For family in a while. And they may have some additional information there too, since they do deal with them occasionally.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, are we ready to do this? Have we tied up all our loose ends in town?
I think so. We have the orcs handled for now. Well, we've handed off the orc issue.
Right.
After? No,
Then,
to Sten. Oh. Does that include her getting them from, we've handed off the whole package?
I think so.
Oh, oops.
She's doing the building, and then they'll be brought there, and I assume they'll start training and setting up their lives.
Got it.
So,
Well then, I guess.
is there anything we need to stock up on before we leave?
Question. Should I still keep this amulet proof against detection and location on?
Do you have it still?
I'm the only one that does, because...
Oh. If you have something else that you'd rather use, I mean, since we know they can find any of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Alright. Then I guess we're headed off to the Oasis. And,
Should I send word ahead so that they expect us?
can you?
I think I have sending stones.
They are specific to the person. They're like walkie-talkies. Only the person that has them. Oh, did we give one to your grandpa?
Yeah, I think so. I know we bought it. I didn't know if we'd given it to him yet.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that either, but...
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay.
So I'll take out my sending stone to him and say, "Hello, Grandpa. It's Gwen."
They're not in back and forth.
Just letting you know that we're headed your way. See you soon.
You don't waste any time, do you? That'll be nice to see you. Whisper says hi.
Whisper. You have to remind me who Whisper is.
His cat.
His cat, yeah,
The
like a puma.
the panther, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't think that was the puma's name.
hopefully the cat and the dog get away.
How long has it been since we've seen him? I mean, like, it's been like a month because we were at,
Yeah, about a month and a half.
I have that the desert panther was Priest.
Oh.
The panther.
I can update it to Whisper. Maybe that's maybe that's just a nickname.
Okay, alright, I will change my notes. Great, good, okay.
No, don't change your notes.
Well, you did not say which one was the correct.
You're right.
Maybe he
Alright.
got a new cat.
Okay.
I'm super confused.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Yep. Jeff has his mysterious smile.
He does. So... we're off?
I will cast teleport.
Okay. Where are you intending to land?
Right inside the gate of the Oasis. In a place that I know will be available for us.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll percentile.
Maybe. That was 89.
Okay. You appear exactly where you envisioned. And it's just starting to get light.
So, is it different time? Okay.
Well, then I guess we'll make our way to her grandpa's house because he knows we're coming.
Okay. All right. As you are walking through the village, and okay, you've reached the shore of the large pond in the oasis, and begin to walk along the shoreline to get to your grandfather's house. As you get close, yeah, let's do this official. Gwen, I need you to make a perception check.
Perception. 22.
Okay. You're probably about 20 feet when you feel something pounce on your foot.
Okay.
It's a kitten.
How does... I mean, obviously I look to see what it is.
It looks like a little miniature, cougar. And it has thrown its paws around your ankle, and is... doesn't hurt.
I pick it up and go, who's a cute cougar? Who's a cute panther from the desert? And
Did
then...
you say that was Kristen Chenoweth? A cute cougar? Small?
Yes. And then I tuck it into my elbow. And say, Grandpa, I think I've met your new friend.
Did he surprise you? He steps out of the hut and kind of looks.
He pounced on my foot, and it was very frightening and ferocious.
And he proceeds to make a few growling noises. And the kitten kind of perks up, looks at him,
I set the kitten down so it can run back to him.
and it basically trots up to him and then just sits down on its haunches and looks up. And he
Cute.
continues to sort of, you assume talking to it. And then he says something else and gestures, and the kitten just gets up and goes trotting into the hut.
Is this one of Priest's?
No. Unfortunately, we found this one's parents,
Oh?
or what was left of them.
Oh, it's an orphan?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Not entirely sure. But it was humanoid. Because blades were used. It couldn't have been pleasant.
How did the kitten escape?
Basically, hiding under the body of, I believe it was the mother. Like, she hid him. He was very tiny when we found him.
Poor thing.
Yeah. He's acclimating okay, though.
How does he get along with Priest?
Priest is like new mom. She immediately just took to him.
That's amazing.
Well, it's a good cat.
And it's good to see you. I
It's
go up
good
and
to see
give him
you
a hug and
too.
a smooch.
Nice to see the rest of you too.
And this is Emberheart.
Oh,
He's my new friend and companion.
and he thinks for a minute and then makes sort of a combination of some chuffing noises, some light growls, and he sort of puts his hands into paws and makes a couple motions toward his face when he's doing that, and Emberheart sits up and the ears go straight up like, what the hell? And then
What did you tell him?
just introduced myself, told him that I was your sire, and that he was welcome. And his response was pretty good.
He understands Pack.
Yeah, clearly.
So I look at Emberheart and I say, Pack.
He kind of glances at the rest of them and then looks back at you like, yeah?
Okay. Just making sure that was perfectly clear from both of us. Because, somebody else could say these things, but they might not be true. So I wanted him to hear it from me.
Well, come on in. I don't have anything fancy, but I've got, got some nice fruit juice and some bread and some cheese and some honey that we've actually got somebody who's got a hive growing.
Nice.
So we've got honey here that we didn't have to import for the first time in, well, ever.
Well, thank you. Your hospitality is much appreciated.
So he brings you in and sits down and comes, walks over to a cupboard and brings out a big pitcher of fruit juice and some glasses and a loaf of bread that smells like it wasn't baked too long ago. And some cheese and a pot of honey and...
Well, and I would have brought some things from Thunder's Edge, too, that I know are hard to get in the Oasis.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I'm assuming things like maybe tea or ale or wine.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring all of those things.
Okay.
And just kind of grab them from my bag and put them on the table.
Oh, I didn't have to do that. But thanks.
Anytime. If there is
He picks
ever
up the
anything...
tea and sniffs it and he's like, ooh, hard to get good tea out here.
If there's ever anything you need from Thunder's Edge, just say the word. We hop all around Aecathan fairly regularly, so chances are if there's something we don't have, we could get it. And I'd be happy to bring it to you.
I noticed you're down one.
We are. Had you heard about Athgar's ascendancy?
No, but we were there for the funeral, so not surprised. I mean,
Yeah.
that was kind of expected, right?
Well, it was hoped that his clan would choose him, and they did. Always very complicated when politics are involved, but his aunt has quite a bit of sway. And isn't
Nice.
above using some tricks in order to accomplish her goals.
He's got an aunt still living there.
He does. And I tell him her name.
Yeah.
You met her at the funeral.
Oh, right. Yeah, scary.
Yeah, she was the one that arranged for me to be standing next to Athgar when doing essentially the receiving line for the funeral, which basically confirmed to everyone that we were engaged. Per Thunder's Edge tradition.
Not sure what I think about that. Boy, should I ask me.
He didn't ask me either, if that makes you feel any better, because it was something his aunt made up.
No one asked Athgar either.
No, I mean, this was something his aunt arranged, not something that we did on our own.
Subterfuge.
So, just letting you know in case you hear it from anyone else, we've not made any other statement, but I think people are just assuming that that's the case, or I would have been standing up with him at the funeral.
Well, still, engaged to the Lord of the City, that's, he could have done worse, I guess.
It's not a real engagement. We had just barely started being a couple. So it
Really?
was...
I thought you were a couple when you came wandering here first time.
No. We were... we had history, but we were not together. That was a more recent development.
Alright, if you say so.
Well, I'm the only one here to do so. But I know that you had words with him, so that was really awkward. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I maybe would have waited if I'd realized.
It was a
But
little
I'm sure
premature.
it didn't hurt him to hear it.
I assume you gave him something of the parental type talk of, mess with my girl and I'll kick your ass type thing?
No.
Oh.
Gave him a little bit of my, how to be a man speech.
Oh, even better. Let me guess. Kick asses, take names no?
No?
Probably what he learned from his father.
Yes. I was gonna say he'd heard that one before.
No, ours was more along the lines of talking about remaining intellectually fluid and not spending one's life running on assumption.
Oh. That's unexpected.
Why would that be unexpected?
Well, it's not the usual advice.
No.
Who comes up with that?
My dad?
Oh. Well,
Sounds
I
like good
think-
advice for all of us.
I think he's probably done well in that regard, as he's making some pretty big changes in Thunder's Edge. If you have a minute, I'll fill you in.
Yeah.
Pull up a chair. I tell him about the changes that have been happening in Thunder's Edge and the effort that's being made to integrate the outer and inner enclave and some of the pushback that's coming with that.
Yeah, well, that's to be expected. He's gonna make a lot of people happy, make a lot of people unhappy, and unfortunately the ones that are unhappy are the ones that have the power. So that ain't gonna be easy.
He's also working pretty hard on trade routes, so perhaps you'll see a little more trade this way.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'd love to have trade that wasn't from that temple.
You're trading with the temple?
They come through here. They follow our rules, they get water.
They have. Yeah, that was one of the things that...
Well, I remembered that was the case in the past, but then I thought maybe that wasn't the case after they broke the rules at the Oasis and met the Oasis's defenses.
Well, we raised our prices.
So there was a cost associated,
Oh yeah.
but they still come here.
Well, they keep heading out west. So I don't know what they're doing, but
Do they still keep bringing their human slaves with them?
yep.
Mm.
And much as I'd like to do something about it, Tef and I got in a big fight. Because I said, we need to follow your example, and he said some unkind things, which unfortunately were also true.
Uh-oh. About me?
No, about me.
Oh.
Because he said, and who is going to separate the slaves from their masters? And I said, well, me for starters. And he said, I hate to break it to you, but you're old.
Rude. Very rude.
We
But
don't
true.
have enough people here to
No,
take that on.
we don't.
And at the very least, you're trading with them probably, even if it's just scraps, means that the slaves were getting water to survive the desert.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is you could
That's-
refuse them, but
That's one thing we figured out how to do, is we make sure if we figure, if we're charging them a little bit more for the water, we can spare a little free water. So we make sure that the slaves get water.
that's very
And
good.
some, whatever food we can spare.
You're doing what you can.
We got a couple boys who are getting really good at sneaking through the sand.
Oh?
They sneak out there, pass out the water rations and the food, and then manage to get away, all without alerting the guards that are supposed to be watching the slaves.
This sounds like behavior we could support. So, what resources could we provide to these boys to help them better, more safely accomplish their task? What is the biggest risk when it comes to getting caught?
Just getting caught. I mean,
But from being seen, being heard, being sensed by magic users, what is their biggest risk?
I don't think that these type waste magic on slaves. They're pretty secure that the slaves aren't going to do anything. It's mostly just making sure that they don't get seen, really. I mean, the sand is soft, and they're good at moving over it.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do to help them avoid being seen. And so I want to confer with the others here. What would be the best way to do that? Would it be like cloaks?
There's probably the cloak of elvenkind and the gloves of thievery, maybe some boots. We can see what we can find out. How many boys or young men are there?
Just two.
Do we have anything in party treasure? Because I thought I had a cloak of elvenkind. Maybe I'm wearing it. Hold on. I do.
You personally do. And
I
I'm
personally
not wearing
do.
it, and I do not believe it is good put in group loot, but I will look.
I think... Does that one require attunement?
No, I don't think so.
So I think I am wearing it.
One of them does, one of them doesn't.
It does not require attunement, but I am wearing it.
Okay.
And I don't know that we have any gloves of thievery, but I don't think those need to be attuned either.
What about something that...
In the ring of evasion, that's about it right now.
That won't really.
No, that doesn't do much.
That would help them if they got caught.
It would. Right, but
But only really if they were getting something thrown at them. I mean, it helps your saves, so if they're not using magic.
I have here that I have a ring of spell storing. Do I remember having I do not remember that, or what spell might be stored in it.
Did you give it to me? That's
I
one of the things that I own.
don't know. No.
We might have found another one at some point in
I
looting.
have some Dust of Disappearance.
Oh yeah, my ring of spell storing is I'm wearing it, so it's attuned.
Oh, yes. Did you write down what you put in it?
I don't think I did.
Maybe you haven't.
I'll have to look.
Okay.
But in your inventory at the bottom is other possessions,
Mm-hmm.
and then I typed in ring of spell storing, and then like a minus sign, and then it says teleportation circle. And you can also actually change the name of it, if you want to. I changed mine to teleportation circle, like in my attunement slot.
Okay, well I am going to take off my cloak of elven kind. Because
Doesn't that make you super sneaky?
it
She's already
does,
super sneaky.
but I'm pretty super sneaky anyway.
And she's usually casting Pass Without Trace as well.
So,
So I'm going to literally give them the cloak off my back.
I believe, my love, your ring of spell storing has the animal speak in it. Oh, you need that.
That's right.
Was it animal speak? Because I have animal. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
probably
speak
speak
with
with
animals.
animals. Yeah.
Yeah, you still need that.
I do.
But this Dust of Disappearance, it's only good for one use, but it makes the person invisible for 2d4 minutes.
Wow.
So they could use that if they got in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have
But
that.
only one of them, right?
Yeah, there's only one.
Well, we can,
We'll shop.
yeah, we can
Yeah.
shop and send some things. Maybe there is,
We could definitely bring back some potions from Zek.
that's true. And maybe something that helps them, I'm assuming one of the hardest parts would be hauling the water and food.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if they had some
Bag
kind of
holding.
a
Like a bag
bag.
holding, yeah.
Oh, I have an extra backpack. Oh no, bag of holding. It would. Yeah, well, that would be better. It would have to be one of those.
And do you need anything for Whisper?
They're kind of expensive.
Ah, no. He's doing fine.
Yeah, we can definitely help out.
Well, yeah, that's definitely appreciated. And,
Well, it is kind of our fault.
yeah. And if you can, maybe suggest to the young lord that, he starts some, trade caravans out this way. Even if they just came here and went back.
Ooh.
We got stuff to trade. And we could certainly use a better supply route than whatever we're able to wheedle out of the Jogravannans.
Well, unfortunately, it's still not safe for anybody else to go through the desert because of the Jogravannans.
Well, maybe it's something we can work toward. Making a safe passage. Maybe setting up some, if there were some stops along the way.
Not a whole lot between us and you.
Not now, but there could be. Some desert strongholds to protect the trade route.
Well, and it dawns on you that, while not directly in the route, with a slight deviation, the orc encampment could be one of the first stops.
That's what I was
That would make sense. It's going to need to be resupplied anyway.
Yeah.
And how many days travel is it across the desert to the oasis? Is it like a week?
Yeah, traveling during the day, and then, or traveling at night and, you know, resting during the day, trying to stay out of the sun. Yeah, either way, it's about a week.
So if we had strongholds every
2 days.
well, we wouldn't really want them to be traveling through the desert during the day. They'll
No,
need
but
somewhere to stop.
But I mean, like, every... well,
Like 48 hours.
yeah.
Anyone
here able to cast magic?
Matt, I mean, like, sorry?
In the Oasis. I'm asking her grandfather.
Thank you, because I was like,
Oh,
I can't
yeah?
magic all the freaking time.
There's a couple folks.
Like, teleportation circle?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That would be
I actually thought about that. So, they live on sand, and their houses are huts, right?
So that makes it.
Yeah, that would be hard.
I mean, they could do it on the bottom of a hut. They could work on it for a year, but it would...
They have rugs or something? I assume they don't sleep on the sand. I mean...
No, but... No, never mind.
But maybe, yeah, you have to cast it every day for a year.
Yeah.
It would be convenient.
If it were cast on the bottom of a hut, right? That would work, right?
If the hut had some sort of solid floor and
Right,
wasn't
a
just
solid
sand.
flooring,
Yeah.
right? It was my understanding that they had those, like, the inn, right? Because we stepped up into, like, a flat...
Mhm.
Didn't have an upstairs? I feel like we were
It
somewhere
did.
that had a loft.
It did.
Right, so, I mean, like,
And,
they can take one of their...
And Taft's tent has a palm wood floor.
Okay.
So, you know, such things can be built.
It's just a thought. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we got rangers and druids aplenty. We got us a cleric, and there is a wizard here, but he's not very powerful.
I'm writing lots of notes for my conversation with Athgar about
Yeah.
this.
Um,
Maybe he can think of some unique solution that will help us cross the desert safely and include you in some of the travel. Could you make a list here of some of the goods that would be available for trade?
oh, sure.
So I push the paper over to you.
And what were you writing with?
A piece of charcoal.
Okay. So he takes the charcoal and he's thinking about it and starts writing. He does explain some of the spells that he knows the wizard can cast, and Zorith, you're getting the sense that this wizard probably can cast 3rd level spells, maybe 4th, but definitely 3rd. So they're not powerful enough to cast teleportation circle yet.
Well... I mean... How long did it... History check. How long did it take for them to do ours?
3 months.
3 months?
3 months, because there were
Yeah.
4 wizards working, casting it every day.
Yeah.
So here's a question. If we were to have a really large rug made, could it be cast on a rug that could then be rolled up or does it have to have a fixed location?
It has to have a fixed location.
Okay. I tried.
So then the tent, the wood tent floor wouldn't work either then.
It would,
Because
as long as the
it's-
tent wasn't moved.
Okay.
And, it appears that the locations that a lot of the people in the Oasis have, they've been there for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, like, the inn doesn't move.
So that might be a possibility.
Maybe we can get some summer interns from the tower to come for.
Intern in the Oasis. It'll be
have
fun, they
teleportation circle every day, and then you can do whatever you want.
I doubt that there are interns that are high enough level to cast teleportation circle.
Recent graduates.
Fellows. Yeah, like a residency. Go serve your time in the Oasis.
Whew. Learn how to deal with Jogravannans. Go to the bug planet. Build the bugs. Feel the world. Yeah.
Hmm.
See the desert. Yeah.
Earn your citizenship.
That's what it was.
Yeah, pretty yes.
Might be able to negotiate having someone come do it. Might be helpful.
Service grants
Jogravannans
citizenship.
get uppity that we would have a spot closer to them. So maybe there's some diplomatic way we can have somebody do this for us.
Well, it's okay if they're pissed. I mean, we're not worried about them being pissed.
No, I meant where we could convince a leader of one of our fine cities to bankroll sending someone out to this as an outpost of sorts. Emergency transportation.
Speaking of which, what brings you out this way? Just coming for a visit?
Yes.
We definitely are enjoying our visit, but we do have some work to do.
Hmm.
And we fill him in.
South or west?
And we were hoping you might be able to help us.
Oh. How?
If you have any information that would help us.
I can tell you about the ones that stop. But haven't really been out of this general area in probably 40 years.
Anyone
So-
stop going back to the city?
No.
So they're all
they only
going.
leave, they don't come back.
Yeah, no, their caravans are going one way. They're headed west.
From the south.
That's interesting.
They're doing some kind of conquering out there, must be.
Or they have the ability to teleport back.
Is it ever the same people that come here? I mean, you'd know if you'd seen the same leaders twice that were coming to negotiate for the water.
Nope. I don't think I've seen any of the same people. It's like it's a one-way trip, and wherever they're going to stay. Or they're getting back some other method.
Are those that come to the Oasis familiar with what those who've been there before know?
Nope. They know they can get water here.
Okay. But they don't know what the previous group has paid or anything that would indicate that they're getting communication back.
Oh, yeah. They know. Because they were not at all happy when we raised the price.
But each group anew has to be told about the raised prices? Or do they all know about the raised price?
Well, the last two come through, we had to tell them.
So word hasn't reached back to where they are in the south.
Well, it hadn't the last time they came through. They come between 2 and 3 weeks apart.
So since you raised the price,
There have been 2 caravans.
Is that a normal amount?
It's been fairly constant since they've been coming through, but they've only been coming through for about the last maybe 4 or 5 months.
So
When
before
would
that,
you be
there were
expecting
no
the next one?
Oh, next one probably at least another week and a half, 2 weeks.
I mean,
One
he is
just came
blind,
through a
so we
few
wouldn't
days ago.
He's blind, so we wouldn't necessarily remember what they look like, so...
No, but I remember what they sound like.
Do you know how far the temple is from here?
No clue.
Just south.
Yeah, south. They come from the south. That's what I know. So I would assume, yeah, somewhere south.
now the last time we were here and fought them, they had all manner of creatures and beasts to battle with us. Does every caravan come through with such numbers? And
Yeah.
Wow.
yet the boys are able to get past all of these? That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna get caught by those scorpion things.
Yeah.
Or do they not bring the scorpions every time?
No, they bring them. They set them on, like, wide perimeter watch.
Wow.
And since they're nestled up to the outside of the oasis, they don't really set those creatures to watch in the oasis. Sort of like if we're here, they set it up around like that.
To protect from the outside.
Yep.
So
They don't
they don't
consider us
leave.
much of a threat.
Yeah. That's the idea here. I wonder how hard it would be to infiltrate.
Wait, what?
If we were to have someone join in with the slaves undercover, for example, and find out more information, it would be dangerous. But we might get a lot of information.
If they have any of the priests, then they're gonna find us right away.
What would they be detecting, the priests?
The fact that we're good.
Do you think that none of the slaves are?
I think that most of the slaves have never had a chance to be anything.
Well, these were folks that they've captured. They've not always necessarily been slaves.
Or
A
they were
lot of
bred.
them have. One thing I've gotten a sense from what I've overheard and a couple things the boys have said, some of those people have grown up slaves, like they were born into it.
So if you've always been chattel, you don't really know what good or bad is. You just know survival. And so I'm worried that if one of us tried to infiltrate, that it would set off all sorts of bells and whistles for them.
It's a point.
You know anybody else could do it? Not one of you four. But somebody else you know take that one on?
That'd be a hell of a lot to ask.
It would indeed.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
It'd have to be somebody who could get themselves out. wondered, if maybe we could, use your owl for a little bit.
For what?
Because you can communicate it with it from anywhere, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how long it lasts if it's not killed, but it might get us a little bit of... But I don't know how we hide a live owl in there, but...
Question. At what point, distance away from the ground, can you stop seeing people and or be seen? So if I were to like bamf into a dragon or whatever, how high up? Like as long as I didn't get in between the sun and the
Like cast shadow?
city, yeah. Would, you know... Because honestly, I don't necessarily notice if it's like super high in the sky, like if it's... I'm not saying like airplane, but like, you know, if it's pretty high in the sky, I don't necessarily look up in general, because I'm not expecting anything, but...
Are you thinking over their southern stronghold?
Maybe.
Because I don't think we'd want you to go into western solo.
Oh, no, not west. No.
So, do you ever... I whispers.
What?
Whisper?
Whisper. Because you have the spyglass, so you could see from a little further away with that than normal, but it does, you know, we probably have to cover the metal part so it doesn't reflect.
Mm-hmm.
How long does invisibility last?
An
Greater.
hour. Oh, greater? 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So regular's an hour.
Right.
Whisper should come with us, you know?
I mean, I can hide you pretty well. Caravans are going from south to west, correct?
Well, south and northwest, right?
But we know that they do use, like, see invisibility and stuff, but the range on that, you would probably be higher than the range. For
Right.
that to see you using see invisibility.
I mean, Zori and I could go. I can hide her and she can look.
Is that to the west?
Right.
South.
Okay, okay. So,
Question about the ring of spell storing. Can Zori cast something into the ring that and Gwen use it if it's in her ring?
my understanding is...
Cast
I
it.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea is it's something you can't cast yourself, so you would get somebody to cast it and put it in there so that you could use a spell that you can't typically
Well,
cast.
Oh, but you can only put up to 5th level in there, right?
Yeah, only 5th level.
Teleport's lower the higher.
Yeah. Teleport 7. Oh, teleportation circle is...
Right, but yeah, I was thinking that way she could, you know, if something happened, you can get yourself back, but if you guys work together, Gwen couldn't.
Right.
I will say, though, I mean, like I said before, I don't think I need a body to bring you back to life for what that's worth.
Yeah,
Right.
Eventually, I would like a map of what we know, because I can't get where we're at and where we're going from there. So, like, of this sandy spot of the oasis and the sandy things. So, eventually, like, even hand drawn on a thing, just so I can, because I can't get it. So,
I pluck out a strand of hair and give it to Arabelle.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Just put it in my
you know,
pocket.
if you ever need to recreate me, you won't be starting from nothing.
Oh, wow. Actually, yeah, I mean, I don't think for true resurrection, which I can't do, but somebody else could do.
But now you've got
it says
this,
it restores any missing body parts. If I have her hair, then
You just build the rest.
Let's not find out.
I'd rather you didn't, but you know.
But yeah, I'll put it in my. I open my little locket that Arabelle always wears, and I put it in there just in case. Maybe I'll
Probably should take one from each of us if that's the case,
yeah.
including Emberheart. So I take a strand of his fur and give that to you
we
as
did
well.
chop
Zori's arm off.
Sorry's
recently.
arm off, so everything's on the table.
So what do you say, Zori? You want to go for a scouting expedition?
Sure.
But when we get a little, we should head down a little bit, and then you guys can scout, because we don't even know what direction to go.
Right.
But no more than an hour, so that gives you 30 minutes each way. How are you going to use the carpet?
For what?
How are you going to fly?
Me?
Yes. You said you're going to bamf in as a dragon.
Yeah.
How long do your wings last?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used them in a while, so where are my little wings? They are under features and traits. My little
Can you turn
wings.
yourself into a dragon?
No.
Okay.
You can create and dismiss dragon. No. Yeah, hold on.
I think, though, hold on, let me see something real quick. I just read.
Good puppies.
Your owl thing can become a giant owl for up to 8 hours. So can't a giant owl carry you?
Oh.
Because, right, people have used those, you ride them, to get places, right? The giant ones? Am I thinking that?
I don't know. I didn't know that that was a feature of my owl.
Well, I guess I would have to use the carpet. Well, let me look at my wings here. Hold on. Flying speed equal to current speed, so that's 30 feet. So it's only 30 feet per.
We could also take Starbolt.
Yeah.
A giant owl is a large beast, so I believe that it could carry you.
Yeah, you're right. Up to 8 hours.
Now my thing doesn't say about how long you get your dragon wings. It just says they last until you dismiss them.
That means they're indefinite.
Yeah. And I
Means they're out as long as you need them.
I have had my clothing adjusted.
You can have your wings all the time.
We've had that. What'd you say, Pam?
You can have your wings Merlin, all the time.
Why is it that as soon as you get on camera, they're like, I need your attention
And
right
I
now.
love him, but he likes to lick and chew, nibble on my ears, and it's very uncomfortable.
Imagine.
We don't have that kind of relationship, or your mom. Or he can lick my face and chews on my glasses.
Rude.
Good boy.
Well, let's take the owl. And when we get closer, I'll cast invisibility. Which will work for me. I can cast it on myself and you. Can I cast it on the owl?
Probably not. So
But that might be okay, because, creature flying is probably...
Even a giant metallic owl?
That's totally normal.
does it look metallic?
Well, in its small form, it does.
Hold on.
It says it transforms into a giant owl, so maybe it doesn't look metal when it's transformed.
Because it turns into a regular owl, right? When
Wild.
it says it comes, I think, a living creature, right?
Well, giant owls are.
But I mean, in the description, doesn't it turn into a living owl? Something? Does it say living creature?
It just says a giant owl, which is a living creature.
No, I mean, but above that part in the regular, when it turns into a regular owl.
Yes, you're right. It becomes a living creature.
So it should just turn into a regular giant owl. How long, I know it can last for 8 hours, but you can't go that, I mean, it would probably have heat stroke or something, but maybe if you go in the evening.
Well, it says it can fly at 60 feet is its speed.
Okay. Maybe in the evening, because owls are nocturnal anyway.
Right.
Not super late though, so you can see. Do you have another teleport left? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, because then you guys could go as far as you could, and then teleport back.
I like that.
Because who knows how far away it is, or how long it'll take to find it. Because just if you go south, then you have to go east or west, probably. You two do not separate from each other.
This is a pair. Do not separate.
Right.
Salt and pepper.
This is very scary, and we will never tell anyone that you went down there by yourself.
Which one's salt and which one's pepper?
And the owl is obviously Spinderella.
Based on Nikki's lighter hair up here, she's salt.
It says that with the invisibility spell, if I cast it at a higher level, I can target an additional creature for each slot above second. So I can just cast it at, if I cast it at 4th level, that should cover you, me, and Owl.
And just wait until you kind of get the hint that you're getting close to it.
Right.
Hopefully
And
there's
that'll
some
last
sort
for
of-
an hour, as long as I concentrate.
Yeah, at least you can map out where we need to go.
Right.
And then Zori can teleport us close enough after this, because she'll know where it's at.
I think it's a plan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Can you, how long does inspiration last if you give it to one of them?
Until they use it.
Yeah, can you inspire them just in case?
Can I inspire more than one person?
You have so many you can use a day.
That's true. Okay. Features and traits.
Oh, nope. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does it say that?
That's because you potentially use it in a fight.
Yeah, under Bard it says,
It's the GM inspiration that lasts until you use it.
once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes.
I think when you give us inspiration, it just stays in our little box till we use it.
Right.
Oh, do
Alright.
you have anything?
I would totally do that, but
Let me think through something here.
What's next? Are we waiting? Are we doing something?
I'm looking up something.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Sorry.
Nope, no worries. I'm actually trying to look for something that is missing on my page, and
So, you're gonna make the creature invisible, right?
Yes.
And I think you guys should take Starbolt.
good idea.
His flying speed is 90.
His what?
His flying speed is 90.
ooh,
And
Faster than the owl,
He's-
probably.
intelligent.
Can he talk to them though?
Can't
He
talk.
can't
Oh,
speak back to them, but he understands Common, Elvish, Celestial, and Sylvan, but he can't speak. But he can understand.
could he speak to Gwen if she were
I
talking
don't
animal?
think so, because he's not really an animal.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mm.
And
But
he's
I
only
talked to him
telepathic to be
before.
within a mile, so, but you could talk to him and tell him which direction to go. But he is a little bit uppity now, so I'd have to ask him.
I thought that he and I had had conversations before. No?
Good to know. That's why I asked.
Let's see. But I mean, it doesn't say that I have to be the only one that rides it. So that might be an option, because it's a little bit more. Like I said, even though he's a little, maybe he would be proud to be on a mission, because he is kind of, these days.
He's not doing a thing.
But he also, because he's like that because of my new role, and this is all to help avenge the former hand, so maybe, and to find the things that I will inherit, so maybe he would help.
Worth a shot?
But I think it might be, and you guys, he's a large creature too, I think a Pegasus is, so you should both be able to fit on him. It might be more comfortable than holding on to feathers, or sitting in claws. So I will, well, we're outside or we're not? We're in his hut.
You're in his tent at the moment.
Okay. So I will go outside and cast Find Greater Steed.
Hey, Ed and Steve. A big friggin' 17th or 18th century ship shows up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that is what I wanted.
He has 59 hit points. If he runs out of those, he will disappear. Just so you know.
Wait, 59?
59.
And what's his name?
Starbolt.
Bolt, right?
Mm-hmm. So I cast him. Summon him.
Alright.
And explain what the mission is, and ask kindly if he would take the two of them. Well, I mean, or I could go instead of somebody, but no, you guys are the right people to go, because you need to teleport back, and Gwen's got better stealth. So, yes, I ask very nicely if he'll take them.
Well, if you tell me that I am to take them, I will take them.
Or if we take the owl, then all four of us can go.
I think it should just be the way it is.
Okay.
Well,
I
again,
guess if we get there, I guess it gives us time to regroup, but I was thinking,
like if we get set upon,
right.
but otherwise, what is the teleport for? You know, so
But if you get knocked out, then you can't do it.
that is correct.
Well, and we could go a little bit closer. And then we could cast the mansion closer, and we could wait there and be close by if something happened.
I can also leave you the owl. You know her name.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way, if we get in trouble, you can use it to come get us.
I was just thinking that way we are on the path instead of, like, when you come back, then we gotta travel again. But
Sure. I give you my owl.
we won't know how to get to you, though.
I don't suppose the owl can track.
Well, if we get within 1,000 feet. I think I can find you, but that's it.
Well, Tasha can scry on me.
That's true. Alright. Having second thoughts of splitting the party, sorry.
I know that is one thing that I'm always like, you know.
I think like if we went a few hours, then, we could stop. Tasha and I could wait.
Okay. So we'll all go
Yeah, and then once we get
travel
to
for a
it.
half day, and then... Well, what time of day is it right now? Probably midday?
Oh no, it's... well, here it's mid-morning.
Okay.
For
I mean-
you all, in terms of when you arose, it's late morning.
It'll be earlier here than, or later here than in Thunder's Edge, right? Because we're
No,
west.
earlier, because you went west.
So...
Okay, I was just thinking we go. That's right, sorry.
It's the same as U.S. time zone.
Yeah, I was thinking the opposite, that it was the other way, but I gotcha.
So we wouldn't want to travel over desert by day, right?
No, we'll wait till dusk.
Okay.
Alright, so we have the day to spend in the woods?
Since we're spending the day and we have the time, could we send a message to someone back at the tower or at one of the, like at the Sanctum, and see if we can find anyone that has cloaks of elvenkind, a decanter of endless water, and a horn of plenty? Some of those are uncommon items, so
You certainly could.
maybe put Wiggy in charge of looking for these items with some of his contacts as well. Because they may be a little harder to find. But that would mean that the boys that are sneaking into the camp can provide an endless amount of water for that day. And then and a feast that would cure them of disease once per day.
Is the water the decanter to give to the, not to give to the slaves?
No, it's to give it to the boys,
Oh,
so that when the caravan comes in, they have essentially a hero's
to give to
feast
the-
and water to provide that they don't have to carry, because it's just a decanter. It's not having to carry, if they're providing water for 40 people,
right.
it would be incredibly
That's cool. Good
difficult
idea.
to get that there.
A really good idea.
So, can I count on you, Tasha, to send the message
Sure.
to Wiggy, and who else would be a good person to ask? Would it be somebody at the Sanctum or at the tower?
What about the magic shop lady in Airmaw that we got what's her name a job with?
Oh my god. That has been like so long ago. I forgot we even got somebody a job there.
Right.
It's in the player's guide. I can think of her name, but it's at the eye place, right? Isn't that the name of it?
Yeah, let me look.
So wait, it was a horn of plenty,
A decanter of endless water,
decanter of endless water.
and 2 cloaks of elvenkind. I would like mine back if we can find another.
Of
Hold on.
elven kind.
Airmaw.
I'm looking.
The Studious Eye? Oh no, that's the arm.
It's the
The
marvelous.
Marvelous Sigil, yeah.
Marvelous Sigil, yeah.
But it doesn't say who we got.
Shannara.
over there.
Yeah, Shannara, waitress from Theranox. The
Yeah.
Talon place that we got, from the Talon that we got a job there.
I'll look it up later.
I don't know, sometimes these things just come to my head.
That's impressive.
I don't know their names, I just remember what we did with them. So Shannara is the one who runs it, and then Mirla is the person that we got the job.
Oh,
I thought that was her name, but I wasn't sure.
where'd you find that at? Good for you.
It's in the atlas, it's listed that she works at the Talon.
Nice. I just had that up and then I closed it. I closed it.
So she might be able to be a good source.
Okay, so I send a message to Wiggy. Wiggy, it's Tasha. Could you please help us find 2 cloaks of elven kind, at least 1 decanter of endless water, and a horn of plenty? Thanks. You can reply to this message.
Oh, hey. Hi. Nice to hear from you. Yeah. I can look. I mean, I can talk to people.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'll leave a message at your house.
Wiggy says he will look. Can I send a message to that other woman?
Shannara?
Yeah, Shanera?
Mirla.
Mirla. No?
Well, Shannara's the woman who owns the shop. Mirla's the serving girl you got a job there.
Yeah, so us saying to Mirla, hey, remember us, we got you that job there. Could you look for these things? Versus us out of the blue just talking to the shop owner and be like, hey, it's the fort, we're looking for these things.
Yeah, that might be a little weird.
I don't know, that's
Or we can ask Warbender, because the army has commissioned a bunch of stuff and he could probably...
And they're coming back. Correct.
Well, Warbender never left.
But he might be able to... But I know they buy a lot of stuff from her, so maybe
Didn't the army just stop and aren't they coming back?
maybe some of the items will be available. Yeah, maybe Warbender, because he can check with multiple places. Or send someone to.
When was the last time I talked to Warbender?
Recently.
Two times ago you were in Irma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post Bellinamar.
Alright, how do I phrase this?
Need your help requisitioning supplies. Here's what we need.
Okay, that's good.
Hi, it's Tasha.
Right.
He knows his name.
Right. Oops. Where is it? Sending, right? Just regular old sending. Because I don't think I don't have greater sending. Oh no, I do have
You
greater
do.
sending. Alright, fine.
Because Master Ranro was working with Master Obrus to convert it into music so that bards could cast it.
Right.
See how we've brought all these unique magics together.
Okay. So, I send greater sending to Obrus. Or not Obrus, to Warbender.
Okay.
And I say, hi, it's me. Could you possibly help me requisition some supplies? We need, shoot, where was it? It was here. We need, two clips, a horn of plenty, 2 clips of elven kind, and a decanter of endless water.
Well, glad to hear you're still walking around. The cloaks I know we've got. The decanter and the horn, we've probably got. Now that the boys are back from the mission out to sea. So, I'll check. Give me till tonight. I should know by then.
Thank you. That's so helpful.
Sure.
I'm glad that you're still walking around as well.
Haven't found me in yet.
Same. Talk to you soon.
Alright.
And I close it.
If one of these folks does have the stuff that we need, do we have a way to get it before we take off?
We'll probably have to teleport and get it and come back. It's the only way I can think of.
Please let me see how many teleports.
Well, you can circle back.
Well, that's what I mean.
Is that...
I cannot circle back to here.
No, I mean circle back to Airma to get the stuff.
But we won't have to do that till tomorrow, so
Right.
we can still do
Right.
what we're doing tonight.
Right.
Or
I wasn't expecting to do it until tomorrow.
Okay.
or we can ask.
Well, I thought you were spending the day here and then you were going to travel at night.
Right.
Right.
That was...
So
But he said give him the night, so.
So I give him until tonight.
Oh, okay.
So before we left. Maybe.
But we want Zori to have her teleport for us for later, so
Right.
if necessary,
We'll just
Like,
stay another day.
if we don't expect that they're not due for another couple weeks, we don't have to do it today.
Right.
Or
long as we come back.
Afgar can bring it. Get another talking to.
I have 2 teleports. And two circles. Specifically, 2 circles and 2 teleports. So 4 circles if I needed, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But didn't you use one of those to get here?
if I did,
Okay.
that's
Is
7th
that-
level. I have
is
8th
that a-
level empty and 9th level empty.
Oh, okay, so you have 2 remaining.
Yes?
Okay. So, she could circle back, and then teleport back to the Oasis and still have a circle and a teleport. And that's just until she rests.
Right.
You're handy to have around.
Just have to be careful in those big fights. If you need to have an emergency exit, it takes away some of her most powerful stuff.
I took off my ring and I ended up staffing
Filling it? Oh, okay. Replacing it.
replacing it with the staff of frost, so
Okay.
that helps a little.
So, in the future, could Zori put a teleportation spell in my Ring of Holding?
No, only up to 5th level.
Oh, right.
She could put a teleportation circle spell.
And what is the difference with circle versus
You can only use the circle to get to
another circle?
another circle. Yeah.
I mean, that might be handy.
Yeah.
How would that work?
She'd have to memorize the map, though.
Well, how would that work? I'm losing my mind. Never mind. Ignore me, please. I am
I
very
would-
lost right now.
I would just need to have the address of at least one teleport circle.
Yeah, she would need to learn how to do the inscribing so
So,
that she could actually draw it out and then cast it.
But isn't that part of the incantation?
no, because the teleportation circle, like, if you want it, that's why I was saying, like, I don't know why we have it in the ring. Like, I don't know how that would work, because it's not like teleport, which would take you right away.
Right.
It would be like, you drew out the everything, and then touched the ring to it, and then it would, like, light up the address, right? And you'd be able to step through it. Is that
Yeah.
my understanding?
Well, she would basically activate the spell from the ring, and then she'd have to draw the circle. And when she finished the circle, the center pillar would light up, and you'd go.
Because it's the 10 minutes is what it takes to draw the circle or whatever, right?
Yes. But it's also,
It's not really an emergency exit then.
No.
No, it's not. That's why I was saying it's not.
Got
So
it.
for me to have it in my ring also doesn't kind of make sense because of that reason, but it's there for whatever. It's there.
So we should use teleport. Well, I guess no, that wouldn't. I was gonna say we should use the circles first, but that
Yes.
only makes sense if we're going to a place that has one. So.
Right.
Got it.
I mean, okay, so if we use the teleportation circle ring, right? As a last ditch effort and I'm dead, whatever. One of the things I will teach you as we are going through the desert is the symbol for our house.
Okay.
Maybe when we're in the mansion, you can draw it for all of us to learn. Tasha should be able to remember it perfectly, I think.
Like every 30 days. So what I will
Yeah.
do is I will draw it out on a piece of paper, and then I will have Tasha add it to the mansion every time she makes the mansion as a picture or a art on the wall, so that everybody can be looking at it every time we rest. Is that
That's
okay?
smart.
And that'll be for the
What?
4 home, right?
I'm sorry.
The 4 homes map.
That was cool. That was a cool idea.
Yeah, because
Yes.
she would always be able to create it perfectly from memory.
Right, so she would look like maybe every 30 days or whatever. Teach home address, put up in mansion, and then I think.
Oh, sorry, teleportation circle's 1 minute, not 10, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Makes it much better.
That's 10-foot diameter. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Put up in mansion.
I was like, you're all killing me, but if you could just, give me a timeout for 10 minutes while I do some art.
Well, even a minute is still real long.
Yeah.
But and that's the other thing is it would be an hour plus a minute because you'd have to attune it.
Well, if it's a ring, I've already got it attuned.
Well, she's saying if something happened to her and you took her ring.
Oh, but I have a ring. That's what I was talking about my own ring.
So you don't want animal handling in it, and you want me to put
Or speak with
teleportation-
animals.
How many spells can you put in it?
Up to 5 levels.
No. How many spells?
Well, that
Up to
so-
5 levels of spell.
You
So
get
to be a
it could
beast
be
in a
5
second.
first level spells,
Oh.
or 1 5th level spell, or
what
a
level
second
is-
and a third.
What level is animal handling?
Yeah, speak with animals is level 1.
So I would have
Teleportation
4
is
more.
fine.
Yeah.
So
That's-
what level is?
Teleportation circle is 5.
So it wouldn't work to put them both.
Mm-mm.
Oh well.
Fubar.
So just to verify, the house address is the one that makes the most sense, right? Not the magic school because you're looking for somebody else to heal you, or the sanctum, or anything like that. You want the house.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. We want to go somewhere with guards, but,
Probably don't want to walk around with our home address and a ring that I'm wearing either.
well, the address isn't in there. It's
No.
what you draw.
It's in
that's
your head.
right.
Yeah, you're
But
gonna
if
have to teach it to you.
But if I draw it, then whoever I'm fighting can see it.
It's not a fight thing. It's gonna be a recruit
Right.
thing. Like you get out of the way and then draw it, and it should disappear after that.
Because you're gonna have to attune to her ring.
No, well,
I have my own ring.
I know, but
Okay, what
I'm
What?
so confused.
what is being discussed is if you, Gwen, kept your ring with speaks with animals, Zorith's ring had teleportation circle, and Zorith fell.
But
What would
I don't-
happen if you took her ring? How long it would take for you to be able to cast the spell that's now in her ring?
30 minutes.
Right.
No, it would be.
I'd have to
It would be
attune
an hour and
first.
1 minute. Yeah.
An
So
hour
it'd be an
and
hour
1
to
minute.
attune, and
That's
then a minute
where-
to cast.
It would make more sense for me to use the owl to get away
Right.
if I have it with me.
Yeah. And then she currently has 5 speaks with animals on her ring.
Okay.
Right.
My question was, which address do you want to go to the sanctum where you have people who can heal you and potentially get reinforcements,
That makes sense.
and not the house?
Right, because it would probably be if Zori and Arabelle were out, because otherwise Arabelle would just bring Zori back with her
Right.
fly. So if that doesn't happen, then Arabelle's down.
So I'm going to draw them out, both the sanctum and the house, have her label them and put them in the mansion on the walls. The one that everyone should learn is the sanctum.
Well, then don't draw the house one. I mean, we shouldn't need both.
Okay. Alright, I guess we're kicking it around town today.
Hmm?
And I am going, as soon as they tell me that they have the items, I will go back to Ermo. Is that what I'm understanding?
If they have them, yeah.
If they have them.
Yeah. Someone will need to check back in with Warbender later.
I mean,
Yes, I will do that.
you guys we could hang out in Airmo while Gwen visits her family, or
I'll go visit my cousin and
is there anything else we need? I don't think so in Airmo.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess if we could ask her grandpa if they need anything, since we kind of, sort of unexpectedly showed up and have the ability to...
if we're going back to get stuff, yeah.
Yeah, anything.
So I'll ask him to make me a list of things that might make his life a little easier.
Plenty of money.
I think he was already doing that. Because you had told him to make a list of things that he needed that they didn't have here.
That's true.
I thought I asked him to make a list of things that they could trade.
Oh, right, you did. Okay.
So I will also ask him to make a list of things he could use.
Okay. Well, he's been sitting here listening to you have this conversation. So,
Is there anything you need?
And also his... How do I say this without offending him? Would he ever want to make a change to his living situation? Something beyond the tent.
what do I need more than the tent? I have everything I need here.
You do. You do. And I guess, having never had family, I'm just looking for a way to spoil you a bit. So if there was something that might give you greater protection from the elements or from other creatures that might come upon you, it would seem a tent might not give you enough protection to look out for somebody that I care about.
Well, they'd have to get by priests. And they'd have to sneak up on me,
That's true.
which, not bragging, but that ain't an easy thing to do.
Are there any creature comforts that you lack?
I don't know, he gave me tea.
Where is his? Is it like a one room hut?
Yeah.
What is his bed situation? Is it a cot? Is it a real bed?
It's oh god, what was the name of that store? Pier 1?
Yes.
You remember Pier 1?
They still have Pier 1 here.
The kind of bed you get at Pier 1.
A food
So
hut?
it's basically bamboo.
Okay.
And
So it
then
has like a mattress on top.
Yeah, it's palm fronds in cloth.
Well, we have those good mattresses still in the portable hole if you want a better bed. Now that we have the mansion, we don't put them in the hut anymore.
True. They're just going to waste.
They're very good quality.
I'd take a look.
Where are we at? Are we in the in his house?
Yeah, you're in his tent.
I want to see him see the inside of the portable hole.
How big is the tent wall things floor situation?
With a little clearing, you could get enough wall space to put it up.
Okay.
But, you'll have to have him help you move some stuff. He's been here for a while.
Sure, I can't convince you that you would rather have 4 solid walls rather than a tent?
Well, if we had the palm trees to spare, I already would have done it.
Well, but we're not talking about palm trees. Would you like something other than a tent if you had the opportunity?
I suppose it depends on how much it would cost.
What if it didn't cost you anything?
Well, then I'd say, hell, let's go for stone.
Okay. And do you prefer to live here with Priest and Whisper, or would it be something where you would want the rest of the family with you?
No, I kind of like it here. They know where I am.
Okay.
But I'm not in their way.
I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, we do have these rather nice mattresses.
I'm working on moving some stuff. I asked
I'll
him.
help.
Yeah,
Or you gonna
he gets up to help and sort of, I've been meaning to put that over on that wall anyway. Clear space, you may have to sort of drape it behind a couple things on the edges, but you'll be able to place it.
I do.
And he's watching and kind of looking like, okay, putting a big black piece of cloth on the wall.
Is he
Okay.
watching because he's blind?
Well,
He's listening.
yeah, he's listening, and the second that you get it in place and it changes into an opening, he jerks his head back and says, "That's weird.
Can you sense it?
It sounds like there's suddenly the tent's bigger. The air pattern changed."
It definitely is.
Would you like to step inside? We figured it out not too long ago.
Just get him a portable hole to hang on the wall and he can sleep in it. With it open. Of course, if somebody closed it when you...
That would stink.
We had dead things in here at some point.
Yeah, we tried to clean it, but apparently
Well, it's
Some
not
remains.
strong, but I can smell it.
So I pull out of a set of bedding and one of the twin beds and set it up on his bamboo.
Help Zori do that.
Now we have 3.
You wanna check it out and see if you like it?
He kind of walks over. It's a little bit bigger than his original bed was, so as he's moving forward, he kind of barks his shin on the edge of the bed. So I'm like, oh,
Mattresses are soft, Joe.
it's bigger.
yeah.
And he kind of reaches down and pushes his hands on it and turns around, sits down on it, bounces a couple times. And lays down, stretches out, and he's like, huh. I don't know. There's no dip.
No, and probably won't be for quite some time. But, I'm sure that if you had priests join you, that it would dip in the middle a bit more.
Yeah, probably.
And it's a little
course.
bigger, so there'll be more room.
Well, that's good, because there's going to be 2 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Although one don't take up much room yet, but
Eventually,
chances are he will.
may have to have a bed for...
Get a day bed with a triple made for you, and then you can pull the second one out for them at night.
That's a really smart idea.
How am I going to stay warm then?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Maybe thick blankets?
Well, if when you get a bigger home, then we'll get you a bigger bed.
And a way to keep it cool during the day and warm at night, so that you don't have to worry as much about it.
I don't know. Gonna make some folks I might jealous, I guess.
Only the people you show it off to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And how many people don't usually visit you here, do they? You usually go into town. Or
Yeah.
Oasis proper.
So are you saying you want me to stack these other 3 beds here and you can make some money off of them?
Yeah.
Or give them to Gwen's cousin and uncle.
That's true.
But we probably should take them there versus them carrying it through the village, because then it would be a little obvious.
Right.
Mm.
Does anybody else need anything from me? Before tomorrow.
Anything else you need?
Put anything in there.
I don't have anything.
Alright.
So, is there like a big block of something sticking out the back of my tent now?
No, it's all within the walls of the tent.
Extra dimensional space.
It's magic.
How do I get me one of these?
Do you want one?
I mean, like,
It's like having a second tent. Except don't look like I got a second tent.
But if you got closed in there, that would be
Bad.
really
Store
bad.
things for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can find. They're not
Maybe that would-
super common, but
Maybe that would give you a little more security if you had a place to store your things.
and they're super expensive. So, but I don't know
Well.
where else we can find them. But
You ain't got
I'm
much
not
to
saying
store.
that out loud. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that out loud.
Okay.
Ain't got a whole lot to store. I mean, my weapons. That's about it.
oh, we could probably get you a haversack or something then.
Yeah. 6 feet in diameter.
Oh, those would actually, that might be
Yeah.
for you, because whatever you want is always on top when you reach in to get it.
Ugh. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
Let's
Okay.
do that.
we'll get you a haversack, and it will hold your weapons. So.
And it won't weigh but a bit. So you can carry all of your weapons with you at once if you needed to, and they won't weigh you down.
Up to 80 pounds of material.
And how much does it weigh?
And it only weighs 5 pounds, regardless of its contents.
I have one.
Oh wait, each side pouch, hold please. Each side pouch, 2 of them, hold 20 pounds.
Yeah.
The central pouch holds 80 pounds. And
Oh,
it
so
always
that's-
weighs 5 pounds, regardless of contents.
That's 140 pounds worth of stuff.
Wow.
Now,
And these are fairly reasonable to come by, so we will look for them.
I will warn you, don't put it into another bag of holding or a portable hole.
I don't think that's ever going to be a problem.
Well, I like to let
What
people know.
happens if you do?
The world
well,
explodes.
It opens a gate to the astral plane, and then they, like, suck one inside the other, and then you would be...
Bad.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, put into a random location on the astral plane, and then the gate closes one way and can't be reopened.
You would be lost.
Yep.
Forever.
Hmm.
We find you, but you could be gone for a while. We'll just get you the backpack and not a portable hole.
That's probably a good idea.
That way you wander into something the next.
Yeah, well, I like that idea of being able to just reach in and whatever I want's right on top. That's handy.
There we go.
And it's much the portable hole, you have to find a space to open it, and like we just did with the wall, where the backpack is always right there. So.
Arabelle, I am a little ashamed. I'm going to ask you this outside of this conversation. I'm a little ashamed that I haven't thought of this sooner. Can you do anything for his eyes?
I think when we were here the first time, Arabelle asked him, and he didn't
Right.
want it, if I remember correctly. She offered, but if I'm remembering right, he didn't want it.
Okay.
That sounds right to me.
Because it was after we had been to the Dawn, and I healed that blind guy there, so...
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I offered, and he
that
was
sounds
used
right.
to it. Yeah. It
Are
was,
you sure now that you have two to watch over, including Little Whisper, who needs more protection than he gives, that you wouldn't want at least one eye working? You have someone to not before Priest looked after you, but now you have someone to look after as well.
If I did have you do it, could you do it and make it look like you didn't?
his eyes are clouded over, is that?
Well, they would have been slashed, right? Because they were damaged in a battle.
Well, what I believe I would do is cure the blind, restore your sight, but not heal your scars. Let me look and see. Yeah, because I would use lesser restoration to make him not blind. So it would heal the internal action, or internal damage, but not curing him to repair the skin.
Okay.
So it might uncloud, but your scars would still be there, so.
And as long as you left your eyes unfocused when you were around people, they probably wouldn't notice. You could also put something over your eyes, like a thin cloth that you could see through, but they couldn't see your eyes.
Mm.
You can think about it, and you don't have to decide right now.
I would sleep better knowing that you can use that sense to protect yourself and
Maybe he has blind fighting or something?
You're muted.
Does he have something akin to blind fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His senses are really good.
they are.
Well, I have a couple times thought I might actually like to see what my granddaughter looks like.
Aw.
And the rest of you, of course.
Of course.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Okay. That's a better answer than we got the first time we asked.
True.
Yeah.
So, shall we go into town, look up my cousin, and give them these mattresses? Free up some space in the portable hole?
I think it's a good idea.
Sounds good.
All right.
Would you like to join us in town?
Yeah, why not? And the flap to the tent opens and little head peeks in. And your grandpa just pats his leg and Whisper comes over and hops up on it, and he picks up Whisper and sits him on his shoulder.
At some point, I'm going to introduce Whisper and Emberheart and see if they want to play. Since we've got time.
Okay. Yeah, Emberheart seems curious. Whisper, on the other hand, reacts as a cat usually does to a canine, just kind of like, ears go flat. Just kind of a low hiss.
I'll say to Emberheart, play.
And just, basically nose down, slowly kind of walks over, and ears stay flat, hissing gets louder, and when he gets close enough, Whisper just across the nose. He looks up at you.
Sorry. Grandpa, can you ask Whisper to play nicely? I think the two of them could be good friends.
You realize that's a cat and a wolf, right?
Uh-huh. Stranger things have happened.
Clearly. Yeah, so he says something, and Whisper, the mouth retracts a little bit, so it's not fangs anymore, and the ears partially come up, and just kind of looks at him, and he continues to talk, and Whisper finally just gets back up on his paws and, head high, steadfastly ignores Emberheart and walks out the door.
Progress.
We'll see.
No blood was shed.
Thank you for trying, Emberheart. Emberheart, how does Priest respond?
Just basically disdain. She gave him a look until he looked at her, and then she just kind of looked away and hasn't really acknowledged his presence since.
I ruffle Emberheart's fur. It's okay, buddy.
Alright. As you head out to distribute the mattresses to the rest of your family, and although you're going to have one left over, that's where we're going to stop. And we'll pick this up next time. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your attention. And we hope that you'll come back and let us welcome you once more to the lands of Aecathan. Bye, everybody.